welcome back. Today is a very special day because I have two extra special guests with me today. Obviously, I have my husband, Demetrius, aka Meech, and then the star of the show,
Isla.
baby Isla. My little baby. So before our little nugget came into this world, Meech and I were strangers.
Absolutely strangers.
We weren't strangers right before she came. We were strangers 8 years prior.
Yes.
And it all started with me transferring from Madonna University, where I did 2 years of college, to Oakland University, where I finished up my last 2 years of college. And that is ultimately where I met Meech.
Yep. When she came there at Oakland University, of course she was a hot commodity. So a lot conceded. A lot of guys wanted her, and I seen her when I first seen Jazz. I worked at the catering company at our food court called Chartwells, and she worked at Papa John's at the time. So I remember when I first saw her, I had my catering cart, and I was back taking some dishes to the dishwasher, and I seen her taking some dishes to the dishwasher as well too. And I think like, man, who is this? You know, she must be new this year. And I was like, man, she bad. So did you see me as well too?
Of course I saw you. That is the first time I ever spotted Meech at school, and I had a crush on him at that point because he was very handsome, and I never seen him around. That was the first and only time I ever saw Meech until I saw him again at Cedar Point. Our school would do what? You guys did that annually?
Yeah, it was every Halloween weekend. So we'll take a annual trip to Cedar Point, celebration Halloween weekends. Yup.
In October.
Mm-hmm.
And my roommates actually talked me into going, and I was like, sure. And that is where Meech and I, for the first time, I guess officially met.
Yeah, at Cedar Point. That's when we officially met and exchanged our first words. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to crack a joke with her. And sad enough, it was a fail. I was like, can you say something in Chinese? And she did not like that at all.
Yeah, that's the ultimate no-no. When you first see someone who is, I don't know, Asian, they look Asian, or it's just not a good idea to ask them to say something in Chinese. I mean, that's lesser of the insults that I've ever heard in my life, but he said that was more of like,
it was more of a joke, and apparently I learned my lesson. And I'm thankful she gave me another shot around.
Yeah, he's lucky he was cute. I thoroughly, definitely, 100% had a crush on Meech. I don't think I've ever really like crushed on a guy. I think it took them to approach me, but I actually had my eyes on Meech actually prior to Cedar Point. Well, ever since I saw him when he was working catering, and ever since then I kind of always wanted to cross paths with him. So when I did see him at the Cedar Point trip, it was like butterflies in my tummy. So I was just a little put off about what he first said, but it was okay because he redeemed himself later on.
Bounce back. You know, your boy had to bounce back. Time at the Oakland Center, there was a fraternity party, and I knew she was going to be there, and
you didn't.
Well, everybody was going through. Everybody, all
my roommate talked me into going.
All the black people was going to this party. Okay, so she had black roommates, so I knew she was going to be there. So I knew she walked in with her friends, and Jazz and I, we had a mutual friend at the time, which was her roommate, and I was buzzed off the Ciroc, Grey Goose, whatever I was drinking, and I was like, hey, tell your friend I'll tap her out. And then she was like, okay, I'll tell her, Meech. And then I don't know if you was already buzzed up too, but
I was buzzed. And when my roommate came to me and told me that what he had said, I just retaliated and said, well, tell him I tap him out too. And then that's when he approached me. And I think he wanted my number.
Yeah, I was trying to get your number.
But I don't give my number.
Yeah, it threw me off guard. I'm like, you know.
I'm one of those females where I do not give out my number. I don't like a lot of people having my number, so I take their phone numbers.
And me being a guy, and guys, we all notice when a majority of the time when a female take your number down, she ain't about to text or call you at all. So I figured she wasn't gonna reach out to me. After she took my number down, and she didn't.
I did not. It was more of a trophy for me. I'm not gonna lie. I just really, I really had a crush on him, but I didn't want to pursue him. I just had a crush on him, but I also heard that he had recently had gotten out of a serious relationship, and I didn't want to. I just didn't want to mess with that. I didn't want to, because I didn't know if maybe potentially he would get back with her or not. So I left it alone. I was just excited that I guess, you know, he was interested in me, and that was all that mattered in my book. But fast forward, a couple weeks later.
Yeah, next go around, I'm like, I know where she work at, you know. Well, that sounds kind of stalkerish, but you know, it was
on campus.
It was on campus, you know. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, we work for the same company in the food court, and I was like, you know, it's right before class. I gotta pass the Oakland Center anyways, so I was like, man, I'm about to stop at Papa John's and grab me a pizza. And luckily, she was the only one working, and she was cleaning and everything. And I was like, "Hey, what's up? Let me get that pepperoni."
I actually saw him coming, and I turned around and acted like I was wiping something down, because he just gave me butterflies. I mean, let's just keep it real. And then I heard him go, "Hey, let me get that pepperoni."
Oh, sound.
And I was just like, "Oh my God, he's right here!" So I turned around all nonchalant, and I was like, "Oh, hey," and I slid him a pepperoni pizza, and he said,
"I said, text me sometimes." I was like, you know, we just hit me up, you know. We could just, you know, we friends and everything, but text me, you know, reach out to me, you know, we could talk. Or whatever.
He did not say that. All he said was, "Hey, text me sometime." And then my heart skipped a beat, and I said, "Okay." And that was that. But then after work, I got back to my dorm, and I told my roommate the news. I was like, "Girl, that guy, what's his name again?" She's like, "Meech," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever his name is." Because honestly, I did not know at the time anyone named Meech. Like, I've never heard the word Meech before, the name Meech before. And I just called him Mitch, because I was like, I'm not about to call a grown man Meech. But it was just, I don't know, maybe it's a Detroit thing. I don't know.
It is.
Because I never heard the word Meech in my entire life. So I just called him Mitch. I was like, yeah, Mitch. I saw him today, and he told me that I should text him. And she was like, okay. I was like, what should I do? She's like, text him, you know you want to. So.
But you didn't text me that same night.
Yes, I did.
You did? I thought you still waited.
No, I texted you that night.
Oh, okay.
I texted him that night because that was the day that you told me to text you. So I texted you. And I asked my roommate, I was like, what should I say? And she said, just say, hey, this is Jasmine. So I texted him, hey, this is Jasmine. And he said...
Wait, I said, which Jasmine? I said, which Jasmine? Because I know a lot of Jasmines.
And I was like, oh, never mind. Because in my mind, I was like, oh my God, he doesn't know which Jasmine. Like, didn't he just recently give a Jasmine his number? So I can't, of course, me being me, I was just like, never mind. And then he said, no, I just know a lot of Jasmines. And so I told my roommate, I was like, what should I do? She's like, Jazz, just tell him that you're the Asian one. So I was like, fine. So I was like, it's the Asian one. And then he said...
But after I seen that, I was like, oh, okay. I ain't gonna lie, I did get hyped when I seen it was her. I'm like, man, okay, so it's game on. She really did listen to me from earlier. So
I mean, I always low key liked him. So I mean, I wasn't waiting for an invitation, but I just didn't know if he was serious about pursuing another person. Like I said, he was fresh out of and Boo Boo came. Hi,
here we
Mama.
go. The whole gang is in
The
here
whole
now.
family. This is a family portrait.
I know, right?
I just didn't know if you wanted to, talk to me because I didn't know how
Well,
you were fresh out of a relationship.
well, obviously, if I was trying to get your number and everything, wouldn't I
Listen,
tell you?
as a
I'm
female-
shooting my shot at the
Listen,
time.
as a female in college, do you trust men? So, anyways.
Hey, it's mutual.
So, anyways, after that, yeah, we started speaking and we started hanging out, and I really enjoyed his company, and we dated a lot. And our first date was at
Buffalo Wild Wings.
near campus.
Yep.
And and then many dates after that.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to point out one of my favorite surprises by him, though. I did not think, honestly, that you were going to get me Valentine's Day gifts. Because Meech and I, we were literally just dating. We never called each other boyfriend and girlfriend for, about 2 years?
Yeah, it was about 1.5 2 years.
So, I just didn't think anything of it, to be honest. But when he had celebrated Valentine's Day with me and whatnot, I was very surprised, considering that, like, I don't know, in my previous relationships, I never, got any gifts or anything, or was taken out on a lavish date. I think he was just trying to stun on me.
Well, no, it was just I was trying to impress her and everything. Like, even though I was coming out of a relationship, I was still trying to impress you, and I liked you, but I was still trying to.
I mean,
I was trying to be smooth and play it cool at the same time. So
I mean, Meech did a phenomenal job. Like, when I tell you he did a phenomenal job, because, like, I am so used to guys kind of, like, going crazy.
being clingy towards you.
Yeah, like guys just full force, just give it their all, and they want to, like, be, like,
Thirsty.
yeah. And Meech was very calm, cool, and collected, but that is his personality. I mean, if anybody knows Meech, they do know that Meech is a very calm, cool person. And I actually, since I never had encountered that prior to him, oh,
Yeah.
mama, yeah, little Meech, she has the hiccups. Look at my baby boy.
You trying to be in the video too?
He's like, hey, what about me? Don't forget to put me in the story.
Right.
Because Meech was so cool and, like, chill, I think that's what attracted him to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that he was obviously very handsome. I mean, so
Beautiful.
Anywho, thank you. So yeah, many dates later, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time, and Meech and I took it very slow. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't even know anything about my family, and I didn't, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think we just vibed a lot and dated, and we didn't start going in depth with her, with who we are, where we came from, until
A couple years later.
later.
And I think the main reason why was because we were both coming out of relationships at the time, and we just wanted to take it slow and have some fun and enjoy each other.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I get all the attention, Mama and Dad. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. You're handsome.
You're
You know,
sexy.
when I think about this stuff,
I can say
I remember it, Meech. And it reminds me about how I fell in love with you.
you nasty for that.
Okay, so fast forward. Meech and I, what, baby? We became boyfriend and girlfriend officially in 2014. It was August 8th,
2014.
we became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I mean, Meech and I, like, basically was in a relationship, but we didn't call it one for a very long time.
We wasn't entangled. It's like, I'm just messing around.
Entanglement. Hey, you know what? An entanglement. I remember where we were, and I remember how he asked and everything. Good times. Like, this brings back really great memories.
Mm-hmm.
But then fast forward from there, and eventually we got engaged. We got engaged in November.
Yep, November 25th.
17.
Yep, November 25th, 2017.
Mm-hmm. So we had already known each other for 6 years at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And just a PSA, women, don't push your man to marry you.
She definitely pressed my ass.
I pressed him to
I
marry
ain't
me.
gonna lie. But I still did it when I wanted to do it.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
They always do it on their own time. But, I regret it because in hindsight, pressuring a man to propose to you is just the equivalent of forcing him to like you, like forcing him to force himself into doing something that maybe he's not ready to do at the time. So I was I was wrong for that, but ultimately it is the pressures of just being a female in general. When your friends and your coworkers and your family have known that you've been in a relationship for quite some time, they do start asking those generic questions like, oh, so when's the big day? When are you gonna get married? When's the baby coming? And all that stuff. And you do start feeling some internal pressure. And I did cast that off onto Meech, and I feel bad for it in hindsight. I really do. But he did deliver. And on November 25th of 2017, which was my birthday weekend, he did propose to me down at the riverfront in downtown Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He got us a room at the Marriott. And for those of you who aren't in Michigan, the Renaissance Center is ironically where Meech
I work at now.
works at
the
now.
GM Tower.
For General Motors, but he we've never stayed there, and it was a beautiful view. It was a beautiful view, and it was just nighttime, just being off the water and seeing the city and everything was just gorgeous. And he planned it out so great. You can tell them.
Because I knew what you liked. Jazz, she loves being around the water. In the summertime, if we want to do something, I know going to the beach, just going by a lake or something, just going to look at the water. She loves that. So I figured, well, maybe this is where I want to propose at. And I came up with the idea of just proposing to her at the Riverwalk, and she loved it. And I do want to say that, ladies, if you wonder if your man is going to propose to you, trust me, he's thinking about it. We're just going to do it on our time because we want y'all to be surprised. If you pressuring us and, keep bugging us about it, then you're not going to be surprised. You're going to be like, well, I knew it. You're going to be like, I knew it was coming, so I wanted to throw her off her toes.
Yeah.
So, and she thought I was going to propose to her on New Year's Eve.
Because he kept dropping hints.
Mm-hmm.
So that was smart.
Which I did, but I knew in hindsight, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it on her birthday weekend. So I threw off her toes on that, and just know we thinking about it. We just want y'all to be surprised, and we want to take matters into our own hands.
As females, we have to know everything that's going on because we're CIA agents, FBI agents, super private investigators, and so when we don't know what's going on, when we don't know when he's going to propose, when we don't know what he's doing, when he's planning our, trips or vacations or whatever, it just, it bothers you. So he was very slick with it, and I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah! Get low on him. Get low. Yes.
So, he did a great job. He invited all of our friends, some of his family members.
Some of my family came, yeah.
My brother was in town, so he was able to witness it. And it was a beautiful moment. And it was a moment, that I would never forget. And I was thoroughly surprised. And I will insert a clip, and it was definitely a night I'll never forget, for sure, 100%. And I'm just thankful. So with that being said, I definitely just want to let everyone know that there's never a rush to, get married. There's no rush into that. I mean, we knew each other for 6 years prior to becoming engaged, and then we just got married June of last year. So we were engaged for 1.5 years before we even got married.
Yep.
So we enjoyed being fiancés, we enjoyed being boyfriend and girlfriend, and we enjoyed our dating time period. So I 100% believe that it is important not to rush things. And even my sister-in-law and my oldest brother, like, they did the same thing, and I think that that's so important. And then when the baby comes, you guys know everything about each other, and you can enjoy each other and your child even more, because you guys already had those great, amazing moments and memories, and the next memories are going to be, with your baby.
Yep.
And we never, honestly, if someone told me back in 2012 that this guy was gonna end up being my husband, I would have just laughed hysterically. And every day I'm like, wow, man, I can't believe I married Meech. I can't believe where we are today. I can't believe that I have a child with him that looks just like him. And it's such an amazing,
like both of us, though.
What a journey and what a blessing. And I honestly cannot, every day is it's a dream. Like Meech and I always say, like, dang, it feels like we just met each other. Like, I remember everything.
And that just tells you right there that the years fly by. And,
They do.
Like I said, I can't say, like, when we were dating, we enjoyed our time dating. When we got engaged, we enjoyed our time being engaged, and
calling each other fiance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was the best, man. Calling each other fiance had to be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of my favorite time periods.
Right.
And now we call each other husband and wife. And we're gonna say it for the rest of our lives,
but we still enjoy it.
We
enjoy every bit of it, and that's what it's all about. You have to enjoy your loved ones, enjoy your husband, enjoy your wife, enjoy spending time with your family, because life is too short, and we're living in crazy times right now, and you have to enjoy every single day with each other.
Absolutely. So. If you have one thing I can always vouch for and try to give advice to my sister is just you'll know instinctively if that person is the one that's going to stick with you for the long run.
Absolutely. And
you'll know if that person is the one that is your best friend that will ride with you for the rest of your life. You'll know. No one's gonna know for you. You'll know. And to just take it step by step. There's levels to a relationship. Don't rush into things. Enjoy one another. Don't listen to what other people say. And live your best life. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video there, because our next video, if anyone is interested, we will be going over our wedding story.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
So
wait to hear this. Good wedding coordinator, by the way, too.
Yeah, sure. All right, well, I hope that everyone is blessed and takes care, and we'll see you in the next video, because someone's getting grumpy. Billy GT, baby girl,